Looks like we're ready in about 1 minute, Kyle.
Start out, and then we'll get into generally, or not generally, always, when I'm going to go into the legs, I need the two things first. I need grip and I need inside position. The first entry I want to show is if I don't have any upper body grips on my opponent. I would use this if I felt like my opponent had an advantage in terms of like wrestling. Going to his right. I'm behind the leg and I slide on my back shin right there, right into standard ashi right here. From here, my opponent is going to want to keep his secondary leg out of my reach. So I can't get a grip on that. And when I try to off balance him by going over his hip with my ashigarami, he's just going to use a back step to keep his balance like so. So what I'm going to do, controlling this leg with either straight ankle lock type of grip, or I can cup around the shin like so. I'm going to take my foot off of his hip, I'm going to post it on the mat, and I'm going to go reach his secondary leg right here and rethrow my ashigarami and break him down to the mat. And we'll stop there for now. So I have equal head level. I'm going to change levels. I know that I'm at the right level because my hand will be able to touch the mat. Once my hand is low enough to touch the mat, I'm going to grip behind with my right arm going to his right leg, or if I'm with my left leg forward and he has his left leg forward, I'm going to go left arm. I'm going to use the force I can generate by pushing off the mat and shove him in his butt to get his hands to the mat right there, which allows me to get a grip on his secondary leg and rethrow my ashigarami right here and break him down to the mat. We're going to start with that for right now. Anybody need to see it again? All right, let's partner up and try it. 1, 2, 3. Nice. So partner, when he's got that first initial ashi, don't let him have your secondary leg. Keep it out of his reach, so that way you force him to. Yes. Yeah. Yes. Yeah, if you have the same foot forward as your partner, it won't work. They have to have. No, I can't. I'll break him. For me, I have one on him with one of those two standing entries. I get him into Ashigarami. He's keeping that out of my reach. Look to attack that.
Oh, so those are going that way.
Yeah, I do have it. Oh, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. So it's just a straight ankle. The only difference is that that heel is out. And it's trapped under his rib. And then if you can, Eddie showed this one. Been doing it at HQ. No, it was at the Freak Summit. But I have been a little bit. Yes. And then that other leg you can reinforce behind this foot. Yes, exactly. Yes. Yeah.
You grab behind your own arm, right? No. That arm goes under, right?
So you're gonna go. Your right arm is going. Your right. Yes. And then that's gonna come up, and then throw it over and switch hips. Yes. Well, across his hip though. Split across his hip. Yeah, right there. As you get that, get a heel hook, Doug. Right. Be more. Have your forearm lined up more with his foot, so it's like that. So your forearm is like right here.
Like that?
Yes.
Okay. And then you just...
Go palm to palm.
Like this?
Palms facing each other. Yes. And then as he begins to roll, you're going to bring this leg out and cross it over your other leg. Go ahead. Yeah, it's too late at that point.
Yeah. So when you said cross, you just mean do that?
No, I mean this is literally, this is pulling out before he even, Sean, before you start rolling. This leg is coming through and crossing over your ankle right there. And then you're back heel on his hip. Yeah. Point your knees at the mat. Yeah.
And then you
Yes.
do that.
The only difference is that this should be over his hip. If you can't, over this hip. And then as you roll through, these are just going to switch to the opposite. So it's outside ashi instead of far hip ashi.
Do I switch right here?
As he rolls more. Right here. Yes, exactly. You're back heeling. And you'll have that heel hook dug the whole time. Who's having trouble? Okay. Okay. Yes. And then go ahead and reap if you've still got that leg. Just go ahead and bring that through and triangle it. Yes. And then go 2 on 1 on her leg. And pull, go above her knee. And then pull it to you above that knee. Yes, exactly. Now go for an Achilles lock with that. And reinforce it with this foot. Reinforcing on your foot, pushing. Yeah, exactly. That's just giving you more leverage to break it. And then just keep nice high hands and arch your back. And push. Be more, yeah. And be more on her Achilles tendon. And more on your wrist as well. You're arching. So you're arching back and your leg pressing. So if she gets that out, that won't be in between. Yeah, it'll be there. And then you're just going to go wrist deep with your right hand behind your knee That's going to come off on the mat. And you're going to throw it over her center line as you switch hips. And then back can go on her hip. And then as she begins to roll, this is going to come out and cross over your other leg. No. Sam, go back. Go on her hip again. Far hip, yeah. And then this, as she begins to roll, will come out and cross in your back heeling right there. Yeah. She'll continue her roll. Okay. All right, time. Okay, guys, that's all the time I got. But thank you guys so much for coming, Mr. Kyle Chambers. Thank you.
That was amazing. Love that stuff, dude.
Well, guys, if you guys are not familiar, my name is Kyle Chambers. And Eddie Bravo. Today I'm just going to show you guys a little bit of my style, a little bit of inversion, and with some leg lock combinations. Chris, can I use you? So just to get you guys warmed up with some of the inversion in my style, I want you guys just to get used to flowing between 3 different guards. I have a lot of my students use well. We're just going to focus on De La Riva, reverse De La Riva, and spiral. So no matter what guard I'm going to be at, our partner's going to be in a combat stance, no matter what guard I'm going to focus on, I'm always going to be outside of my partner's foot. So if I'm switching on this side or on this side, I'm always going to be outside. So that's one thing. Also, if I'm on my left hip, I'm going to be controlling the Achilles with my left arm. If I'm on my right hip, I'm going to be controlling the Achilles with my right arm. So 3 points of contact is always going to be consistent. Controlling the hip, the knee, and the Achilles. Everybody understands that part? So we're here. First guard, we're going to be in De La Riva. We're going to be outside of our partner right here. So controlling the knee, controlling the hip, and we're going to control the Achilles. So before I switch, I always want to focus on keeping control of the Achilles at all times. So when I lift up my hips and switch to reverse De La Riva, I want to focus on my hand grips and my hand switches. So I'm here lifting up my hips, switching my hands. I don't want to be sloppy and going like this, because that's going to give that big window for my partner to escape. So I want to make sure I'm here, good transfers, got that connection the whole time, and then I'm going to switch my feet. But when I switch my hips, remember the things that are going to be consistent is the hip control, the knee control, and the Achilles. Since I already switched the hand, I got to switch the knee control and the hip control. So now I'm switching to my right hip because I'm controlling with my right arm. Now I got to just switch my footwork. Since this is controlling the knee and that's on the hip, switching, switching. Always engaging my toes, making sure my toes are pointing down. Always engaging my bottom foot, making sure it's flexed. I don't want to be limp here. Flex, strong boot. Now we're here. This is the second position. Now the only position between the second, difference between the second position and third position is going to be my hand control. So we're going to go behind the Achilles to spiral using my back of my hand to be in front of the ankle. From then, only else difference is going to be using the back of my toes to using like my nail on top of the hip. That's going to help me get inverted. So we're here. Second position, third position. We're just going to really focus on chopping this hip. Now, once we get inverted, chopping on this hip, because we don't want to be loose here, because our partner's always going to, or our opponent's always going to toe hold us. So make sure we're always tight here, connecting to this hip. Once we're here, we're just going to switch our footwork. The leg that's outside is going to go in. The leg that's in is going to go out. As I switch my footwork, I'm just going to finish my Granby to the opposite side. So I'm just here. Outside leg goes in. Inside leg comes out. Finishing my Granby and connecting to the far side leg. Now, I always want to be on the outside of this leg. So what's going to help me is also lifting my hips as I finish my Granby. So I'm here, lifting my hips, getting in reverse De La Riva. Same flow, lifting up my hips, switching my hands, switching my feet, lifting my hips up, switching my hands, switching my feet. Now we're back on the inside of reverse De La Riva. Now we're going to spiral, getting inverted, switching my feet, hooking the hip, connecting the far side leg, switching my footwork outside. This one comes outside from the inside, hipping up, finishing my Granby. Guys, understand the flow? Anybody need to see it again? One more time. So main thing, we just come in a nice butt scoot. Boom, nice control. Lifting up our hips, switching our head first. Boom, but not from Ashi, from reverse De La Riva. So you're gonna have this leg outside as well. So scoot back, relax, boom, boom, boom. Have this leg out, yeah. And then this one's gonna be behind the knee. Yep, and this one's going to, yes, that's the first guard. Lift up your hips, yep. Remember that transfer has to be smooth. Switch your feet. One leg inside, one leg outside. So the leg that was inside, you're gonna bring outside, and the leg outside, you're gonna bring inside. Yeah, there you go. But finish on your inside hip. On that hip, yeah. And then you lift up your hips, go to the outside. Yep, boom, boom. Switch your feet. Lift your hips up, switch your hands again. Nope. Yep, lift your hips up, switch your hands. Nope, just switch your hands like your left hand, right hand. Because the only time you're gonna go spiral is when you're inside hip. Nice, so switch your legs again one more time. Boom, perfect. So now from here, now you go spiral. So now you switch your hands, like bringing down your wrist. Nope, other way, sorry. So anytime you're on the inside hip, on this hip, yeah, you're gonna transfer to the opposite side leg. You finished? Ooh, no, you're right. I know, inversion, you're like left, right, up, down. I know. I know, trust me, I know. Just reps, you're getting better every single time. Boom, boom. So which hip do you want to be on? So guys, never be flat on your back. We're either going to be on our left hip or on our right hip. So if you're on this hip, on your left hip, you want to have this leg outside. Boom. Behind the knee, and you got to be on the left hip using the left arm. Yep. And then this one's going to be right here on the toes. So bring your toes on top of his hip. Right now your heel is there. Bring your toes on top of his hip. So like pinning your toes on his hip. So right now you're like here. You have to bring your toes down better. And then fix your angle. So right now you're on the inside. You want to be outside of his foot always. So go outside, left hip. So right now you're on your back, go on your left hip. Boom, better. That's your better angle. So you're outside of him, you're on your left hip using your left arm. Now from here, you're just gonna lift your hips straight up in the air, switch your hands, switch your feet. Boom. So now you're on your butt right now, you wanna be on your right hip because you're using your right hand. Now your toes need to be on his hip and not your heel. Yeah, that's better. That's good technique. And then from there, now you're going to spiral. So you're gonna switch the back of your hand to be in front of his ankle. You're gonna bring your toes on his hip. Yep, perfect. Now you're gonna switch your feet right now. You're outside, yep, perfect. Finish your Granby and switch your hands. Boom, nice. And finish on your left hip. Nope, don't switch your feet no more. You had it perfect, almost. You have your left leg, yep. When you do that transition, yep, and just finish your Granby, and that left leg just slides down behind the knee. No, you're good. Go back. Just finish, go on that side, because you have to do the guards on that side. So you finish on your left hip, your left leg's gonna be behind his knee, your right toes are gonna be on his hip. You're gonna do the same thing on this side. You have to do the same switches, all three guards on both legs. So first, go to your first guard, which is De La Hiva. So you're gonna be on your outside hip, and your outside leg's gonna be on the outside as well. So your outside is gonna be controlling the knee. Boom, perfect. And you're gonna be on your left hip. So from here, now you're gonna lift your hips up, switch your hands, perfect. Switch your feet. And now you can go to spiral if you want and transfer to the opposite leg. Nice. Looking like a pro. Look at that. Nice. Just keep that same flow. Make sure you're not letting that Achilles go. Good transfers with that hand, though. Little things. Remember, always on the left hip or our right hip. Always keeping control of the Achilles. Controlling that knee, hip, and Achilles, always. Just an easy drill. We're going to get to our next flow. We're just warming up our muscle memory, or getting our muscle memory stronger, getting our subconscious stronger. And then we'll move on to further technique. Just doing this flow. You got people freaking. Yeah. I love this flow, but it's just like stuff that I love, just inversion and footwork, you know? Beautiful. Nice. Nice. I know it's definitely a cool workout for sure. But looks good. Few more reps. Let me know if you have any final questions. Go outside hip first. Yeah. Outside hip, outside hand. Yep. Boom. Lift up your hips. Transfer your hands. Yep. Boom, boom. Spiral. Go spiral first with your hands. Your hand. Back. Yep. That's the third position. Boom. Yeah. Man, there you go. Hip up. Hip up. Switch hands. Boom. Yep. And then hip up. Switch hands. And then reverse De La Hiva. Then spiral. Boom. 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 Then spiral again. Switch your hands. Yeah. That's the flow. Yep. Chris. Us guys, finish up, and then eyes in the center.
We're just warming up your inversion. I know most of you guys probably felt it in your core a little bit, but now we're gonna take it to the next level. So we're just trying to basically, go behind me real quick. We're just trying to just basically get that muscle memory up, let you see, get your positional awareness up. We're just gonna work this kind of back step from honey hole while using our inversion. So it's gonna help us with our technique. So first things first, our partner's just gonna be directly behind us. We're gonna control the Achilles with our C cups. Now, whatever leg I'm attacking, so let's say if I'm attacking their right leg, I'm gonna use my left leg, I'm gonna use my left heel to go right behind their hamstring or their groin area of that same leg I'm attacking. So opposite, I'm mirroring. That's gonna be what's gonna help me get my hips up. So I have this hook, and my third hook right here. This is what's helping me get my hips up. So I'm using all three, engaging all of this to help me get my hips up. Now, once I'm here, my goal is to isolate this leg. So now, this free leg, I'm gonna try to bring this knee right behind this knee as I lift up my hips and start rotating to the outside. So I'm here, I'm gonna use all 3 points of pressure or leverage right here, using my Achilles leverage and using this heel to help me get my hips up, engaging. Now that I'm more on my shoulder, now I can start twisting my hips and focusing on bringing my outside knee behind their knee. I'm just trying to close this door right here. Connect my heel to my knee. Once I'm here, I'm just gonna focus on using this spiral grip just to help me focus on getting my hips to the outside as I close this window and focus on my bite, this pinch. Once I'm outside, I can focus on getting my figure 4 and getting this death's door. This death's door is a little bit different. It's me getting my foot flexed and controlling on the hip. There's a lot of benefits for this. For right now, it's helping me keep my hips up without using hands. But when I'm rolling, when we're both on our butt, it's making it hard for him to escape to use this leg to pummel out. So we're here attacking the whole time. Notice that both of my knees are in front of my opponent, it's flaring, and I'm completely outside of their leg. I'm out here. Different positions. So, we're here. C cups behind the Achilles, focusing on mirroring. So I'm using my outside heel, bringing it right to the opposite hamstring or groin area. It's gonna help me lift my hips up. That's the main thing. I'm trying to get on my shoulder tip, the highest as possible. So I'm here, trying to get inverted. Here is gonna allow me to lift up my hips. Pulling slightly, I don't wanna try to sweep my opponent. Just using just enough strength to help me get my hips up. Here, pulling, bringing my heel to my face. Boom. Once I'm here, now I'm just focused on rotating my hips, bringing this knee as close as possible behind their knee, and make sure my hips are above their knee. I don't wanna be low, I wanna be high. Once I'm here, just focusing on closing this door, this bite. Once I'm here, I'm just get that figure 4. And if you can, get the death's door, get in that bite right behind the hip. That might happen as well, but this just shows you the position we're gonna end in. One of the positions. We have death's door, honey hole. You can't use that leg to pummel. Os? Anybody need to see it again, or you guys got it? Let's get some reps. Ready?
So that death's door is going to prevent me from...
Pummeling, countering me. It's harder for you to do it. You know, you're gonna have to get my foot, you're gonna have to get your butt up and get that foot away from that hip before you could do the traditional things, you know? This is a deeper position. Working on that inversion. A lot of core. If you guys ate before, this is probably regretting it now, but. Both knees, have your knees flaring. Your knees need to be outside, in front of their face. Try to keep your whole posture up without getting a sweep, but sometimes you will sweep them because there's a lot of pressure on their hip when you're high. Completely finish your Granby and be outside of them. Outside of that leg that you're attacking. We're just going to warm up into the technique that we're about to do. Just 3 or 4 minutes of this. And then we're going to get to the fun stuff. Yeah. Let me know if you have any questions. Something feels weird. Doesn't feel quite right. You know what you should do? Keep using that arm right there. That would have been deep behind that. Yeah, to help you get your hips to the outside. You see what I'm saying? That's going to help you get that extra few inches. And also, before you get that bite and you rotate, make sure you lift your hips a little bit up because you're kind of low on the knee. Okay. Beautiful. Let me see. Boom, boom. Hips up. Boom, boom. Other way. Outside. Out to me. Yeah, this way. Yep, keep going this way. Boom. Using that spiral. Yep, and get this knee in front of him. Yep, and then letting your body outside. Exactly. That's perfect.
Thinking old school knee bar entry.
Other way, that'd be more inside. Yeah, but you want to be outside for honey hole. Yeah, look them directly in their eyes. Nice. If one side feels easy, try to be ambidextrous. Got to do both sides. You got to anticipate the guy escaping or the girl escaping. So you got to know both sides. Start rotating your hips towards me. Yep. Boom, boom. But right now, you didn't keep that connection. You're sliding down, you know? So you got to keep that. Yeah, that's better. And then you can get, it's like a triangle configuration. You want to get your right ankle behind your left knee. Your right ankle behind your left knee. Your left ankle, I'm sorry. Inverted. Gets me sometimes too. Yeah, I like saying, I'm like, why aren't you switching? But it's also because I'm different. Outside. This way. Yeah. But you made your hips go a little bit lower. If you had a little bit higher, that'd be perfect. Good position. You're outside, your knees in front of them is perfect.
And then to finish it, to get into
There's multiple different ways. So you can just hip up and switch your hips, bring your knees to the outside, or there's another transition where you use your free leg and you dive under them. It's just two different ones. But yeah. But you gotta get higher on that knee. Higher you are on that knee, more pressure you put more on that hip, the easier it is to sweep. Yeah, I got you. Some more outside. Just get a little bit more outside. That's good though. Try to twist your hips in the air before you get the figure four so you don't get too tight. It's easier to move, get to the outside. Sometimes if you get the figure four, before you rotate your hips to complete to the outside, it's too hard. Boom, boom, yep. Other way, outside. Towards me, outside the foot. You just got to learn how to keep your hips up, but that's good. Keep them up and then turn your hips towards me. Yes, beautiful. And at the same time, you get that figure four. Beautiful. Yep. Nice. Of course. Beautiful. Finish a few more reps. See you real quick. Stand up, please. So, for that flow, we're going to go through this. Boom. Spiral. Catch, far side hip. Inverted. Catch. X guard. It's just challenging.
I do all that, but I go to double out to Ashi.
I could split right here, just perfect flow. One more time.
I'll be trying to put that shit to
Oh shoot. It's not inversion proof. It wasn't ready for that. Catch it. Bring it. Boom. Boom. And reap here. And then just bring that here. That's one. Finish up and finish our flow.
Try to put it on because I'm sure this is gonna keep you from like the.
Muffling. See. It's not inversion proof.
Sounds really good though before it gets there.
Like I was going inverted and it crumbled it up.
Sorry.
Outside.
Let me see.
Maybe on this side, yeah. Or something.
Side?
Maybe on this side, because I'm going to invert it on this side.
Okay, let's try that.
Nice. So the reason why I had you guys get used to all this inversion, this honey hole, is because our technique's going to involve a lot of inversion and honey hole. So the first things first, I want you guys to get used to. Basically, we're kind of already used to the De La Hiva, reverse De La Hiva. So now we're finishing that flow. So we're going to start in that De La Hiva right here. We have our control, focusing on our knee, hip, and Achilles control. Now, once we're here, we're focusing on that same concept of the spiral control or a spiral guard, but now instead of going to the inside, we're going to the outside. But same thing, we're always going to focus on that back of that hand, that back of that wrist, in front of their ankle. Same concept. This time, we're rotating to the opposite side. So now what's going to help us get on our shoulder is going to use this knee, this control that's behind the knee. We're going to reach this far side thigh, that quad. right there. That's gonna help us. We're gonna use that to kind of pull his hips towards us. So right now, I'm focusing on getting inverted. And finishing my Granby, and as I finish my Granby, that same side, that close leg, the one that's touching, I'm just gonna bring that knee to the outside. It's on the inside. I'm bringing that knee to the outside, sliding my inside leg to X guard. Just finishing our Granby, our rotation, right to X guard, right there. Have the same control. I never let go of that same side leg. It goes perfectly. It just fits right on my my shoulder. Now I'm just focused on his bite, pinching me my shoulder and my ears right here. Focus on his C cup on his Achilles and focus on his pressure right here. First transition, I just want you guys to focus on the sweep. Extending your hips up to the mat or to the sky, extending this X, pulling your far side arm and that far side ankle towards yourself, getting this reaction. From here, we're working on our 3-point stance. I'm posting out on the leg that I was controlling, just on my elbow. So I'm going elbow to my hand. The same arm that I'm posting out on is the leg that I'm gonna use to post out on that knee here. A lot of you guys are gonna do this at first. Same side, since I'm using my right arm, I need to use my right leg to post out on the knee. The opposite leg, I'm posting on the mat, keeping my head up, controlling this close side knee. Elbow to hand, getting good balance here. Walking back, 3-point stance, head up, gable grip, good pressure. Just gonna take the back. Os, another flow, let's go. Keep going, boom, boom. Here, De La Hiva, spiral, inverted, using this leg that was controlling the knee to control the quad on our shoulders. Pulling our partner's quad towards us to make it easy for this far side arm. Now we're just doing footwork, sliding this leg down, bringing this knee to the outside that was in the inside. Control. X guard, getting that sweep now. Pulling, hipping up, extending. Elbow, foot, hand, looking up, controlling the knee. 3-point stance, good balance. Looking up, pulling, grabbing hip, seatbelt. Good? All right, anybody need to see it again? One more time. Boom, nice, good posture. Controlling, spiral, getting inverted. Use the pull. Once we're here, pulling, finish our we're here. Extending, pulling, 3-point stance. Let's get some reps, guys. Ready? We will, but just gonna get the basic flow first and then show the more other one, you know? Thank you.
Thank you. Good part is like amazing.
Thank you.
Like we're watching this shit like
Thank you.
all the grips, all the positions.
Just practice, you know. Thank you. Because like when you have good teachers around you, they rub off of you. You know, rubs off on you as well. You learn, and then you know everybody learns different, you know, as well. So you have to teach different ways to different people, different tones, everybody, you know. So it's like over time. I remember in Arizona, like literally, I remember they had everybody teaching like blue belts, purple belts when we first started, you know. So I don't know, just time. I'm just blessed to learn the skills of the trade, you know, over time. Thank you guys, I appreciate it. Nice flows. Let me know if you guys are confused at any part. 5 minutes. A minute more of this, guys, and I'm gonna show you guys another flow, real quick flow. Just a bonus move for you guys. People that think this is easy, I got you another flow. Boom, boom. So first, go back to X guard. Yep. Okay. So right now, just extend your X and pull. Yeah, use that first, because you're trying to get them more on their knee first. So extend, pull, get that reaction. There you go. That angle is a little bit easier for you. And then now get on your right elbow. Perfect. With your right leg, kick on that knee. Perfect. Get on your right hand and bring your left foot to the mat. Perfect. Control that knee. Right now, just slide. Perfect. Now you start coming up. Kick that right leg back. Perfect. Go gable grip on top of that knee. Look up. Pull. There you go. So pull behind you. So look up and just pull that leg towards you. That's going to make it easier for you to take the back. Nice. And go seatbelt. Beautiful. You're welcome. So you finish your Granby. So you're going to be on your right hip. Your right hip. Yep. And switch your footwork. So you're going to have your left leg on top. And your left knee is going to be flaring this way. Bam. That's X. You see that is more like an X. There you go. And then you have your right hand on top of in front of his ankle. There you go. From there, you're extending, pulling. There you go. Now you can start kicking with your right leg on his knee. Perfect. Posting out with your left heel on the mat, looking up, and then with your left hand, make sure you're grabbing the knee. Left hand, grab the knee. Yes. Now, yep, post out, gable grip on that knee, and you start pulling, and you start taking it back. Pull in, shuck, take the back, seatbelt. Beautiful. Just your footwork, my man. You just got to bring this one in, and then have this knee out. Relax, relax, don't pull. Yeah, just have this knee out, and then this leg on top. Yes. Yeah, it's just the footwork, like extra. We're like, what is extra? That's perfect. Of course. So left leg outside right now. Left leg control the knee on the outside. Yep, right leg on the hip, perfect. And then be on your left hip. Left hip, go on your left hip. Yes. So now you're gonna go spiral with your left hand. Yes. And then now you're start going inverted. And so you're gonna you wanna get this left foot on our far side quad. Yeah, that's what's gonna help you get more inverted. From there, you're gonna keep finishing your Granby, and with your right hand, you can grab the front of her far side ankle. Finish your Granby, keep rotating. This way, nope. You're already going that way. Why would you wanna go back? And then you're gonna keep sliding your leg down, and you're gonna finish your Granby. So you're gonna finish on your right hip. And then right now, you switch your hands. This hand would have stayed here. I'm sorry, actually that stays there, I'm sorry. You just didn't scoot your body in. Scoot your body in. Boom, boom, because you want this leg to be on the far side shoulder.
This leg?
Yeah, just like that. You just didn't finish your Granby. That's why it looked kind of different. And then here, flare your knees and be on your right hip. So you're gonna be in this position. Boom, like kind of on your back, but favoring your right hip. Better, right there. And then get lower on the knee, and that's when you're gonna start extending. Flare your knee out. Boom. And then this is your footwork right now. Elbow, posting out, doing your 3.6. Make sure this is controlling the knee though. Yeah. Last reps, guys, and then pay attention in the front. We're gonna finish a bonus move. Just for people that thought that was an easy flow. Just give you guys a little something to think about, you know? You know, I never know. Some people are like, yeah, that's easy, Kyle. Challenge me. And I'm like, all right, man. I'll give you guys another one, you know? I don't want to blow your mind, but I'll give you something to give, you know? Chew on. Beautiful. But that's why we're doing those drills earlier, just building up on our positional awareness, because you can see once you get inverted, like what's up, what's left, what's down, or you start, basic stuff gets confusing. So that's why we're doing those basic drills before. So now, bonus move, it's just combining this with reverse X with the honey hole. So this is what we're gonna do right now. We're here, nice flow, invert, getting to the position right away, nice and smooth. Now here, instead of being an X guard, we're switching our feet. So what leg is on top is gonna go on bottom, what leg is on bottom is gonna go on top, but I'm keeping the same hand configuration. See that? This is called reverse X. Now from now, I'm trying to get the honey hole. So what I gotta do is keep everything the same. I already switched my feet, that's perfect, but I wanna get a certain reaction. I want my partner to bring his hands on the mat. So to do that, I gotta use my legs. I gotta push him up and out to get a reaction. That's gonna make him feel like he's in a face plant. And what are you gonna do when you're about to face plant? You're gonna post out, and that's what I want. So I'm here controlling everything, lifting up and out. Look at that. This is the reaction we want. Now we're just gonna use a basic back step. My leg is already on top of his knee, so the only thing I gotta focus on is sliding this knee that's behind, that's on top of his knee, past it. From here, I have the same control. I'm just gonna work on my back step and bringing that leg towards my face, figure 4, and if you guys are able, you guys can get the death's door right away before they even fall. Now we're in the deepest part of honey hole, that sweet honey. And you know, we got that nice little death's door. Now we can focus on breaking this leg. We can do multiple different grips. My favorite, we got cross grips, of course. Oh man, he tapped out early. A lot of times, we got that cross grip right here, really tight. Make sure you always have your blade established on that Achilles. And if you ever have a tight grip, make sure you're focusing on bringing this nice C cup lower on the ankle, never high. Never try to focus on breaking these big bones. Try to focus on breaking the little foot bones in the foot. See that? That's what you want. Now from here, we just can always transfer, go for heel hooks here. Different, whatever grip you guys want to get that break. We have a lot to play with. One more time. Nice flow. You guys do the transition. Boom, nice and smooth. Switching your feet. Now getting that reaction. Up and out. Sliding. Bringing your knee to your face. Get the death's door. We're here. Money time. We're here tight, controlling both legs. We never let go. Now here we go to heel hook right away with that cross grip. Right to it. No time wasted. Os. 1 minute, 2 minutes. Ask me any final questions and we get our next person out here. Let's get some reps. Ready?
You guys are hesitant to say O's because we don't say O's here.
You guys don't?
So like when you say it, like I see and they're like, they don't want to be disrespectful, so they're saying it, but they're looking at me and laughing.
This is so common at our.
It's just kind of like an old school thing. Yeah, no, I get it.
It's like understanding. Like, do you understand?
What's the easiest way for you to switch to inversion?
I keep that far. Your right hand has to control that far side leg, or they're gonna back out. From there, I think I removed the bottom leg first and slide the bottom leg. I mean the top leg first and slide the bottom leg up.
Yeah, no, I get it. It's just, how could I say it? It's just, I get it and I don't mind it. It's just, I don't say it. You know what I mean? So that's why they're laughing.
That looked weird.
Yeah.
I gotta see what happened.
It's truthful.
Chewy acting weird. Hold on. Boom. Nice transition. Nice. Now this is the hardest part right here.
That's where I just don't want you to feel like
And you-
I just don't want you to feel like they're being disrespectful by not saying it.
no, yeah.
It's just like it's funny. Like for them, it's fun. You know.
I was just asking. I was just wondering. I was like, do they understand? Yeah, that's more. I was like, I was the thing that's disrespectful. I was just
But
like, do they
I didn't
understand?
want you to feel like they would be disrespectful. Like go back to Oceanside and go, they're being disrespectful.
No, of course not. No.
But it's funny because like they'll look at me and then I'm like, I'm happy that they're acknowledging and saying it, but like they'll just look at me because like old school days we never said that, so that's how kind of like the psyche and the mentality they have.
It's just weird. It's just different. It's just different cultures. Because
Yeah.
I feel like in SoCal, I was like, I don't know. A lot of people, everybody just says it. Yeah, like it's weird.
Yeah, no, and I get it, and I don't mind it. It's just for me, it's funny because they're hesitant to say it.
Mm-hmm.
Like I
Nice.
said, I just didn't want to feel like they were being disrespectful.
No, not at all. Good technique. Easy peasy.
Yeah, dude, it's nice. I'll have to work on that leg drop. I'll have to work on that.
I just been like going the opposite, the back way now too, because a lot of people are always stopping the inside way.
Yeah.
You know, they start framing on your face and stuff like that to stop the traditional
I
spiral.
play a lot of expert too, so like it'll be a good little like switch for me.
Mm-hmm.
It's
Good
just like,
flow.
it's just like like with your inversions, you've done them so long that you just go to them without thinking. Like that's how I am with expert. Like I've done it so long that it's hard for me to stop and go, all right, stop. I'm gonna do this, and then I just flow right through without thinking. It's all second nature.
Yeah, I've been loving X shot a lot lately. X shot and reverse X.
I have to work on this reverse X.
Who's next, Chris?
I don't know. They haven't. I don't know.
You going, Chris? Let me know when you're ready. You're like, hold on, I want to rep this first. I was like, let me know when you're ready. They're like, so rapid. Let me know if you guys have questions. I got you before you guys switch. A lot of footwork, I know. Nice. Yep. Just try to get your blade lower. Yeah, you always want to focus on breaking the Achilles, like those foot bones, versus the tib and fib. The tib and fib is huge. Especially right now, you got to think about you're not isolating that leg as much. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Because you're only isolating really the bottom leg. So you really have to get low as possible because this whole leg is out.
So
And,
if you're transitioning from here, what's the end fight here?
yeah, correct. And then this one, a lot of times I'm trying to bring it low on the Achilles. I mean, on the shin. The left hand is on the shin. Yeah, like there. Elbows tight, yeah. That's the reaction you want. You see that? That's when you're in the perfect spot. When you go out half an inch and you get that jerk, like, oh. Yeah. Nice, guys. You ready? Oh, guys, that's my portion. Thank you guys so much. We're going to have our next black belt come through, Chris. So if you guys have any questions, let me know afterwards, but it's his time.
Thank you. You can adjust this and move this whatever you slide it for.
True, let me use you. All right, guys, so my name is Chris Chavez. I'm a black belt in 10th Planet. I'm the Moonhead out in 10th Planet, El Paso. So it's really cool. I was thinking I don't know why I was thinking, I was planning ahead on a whole series that I was going to teach you guys, but then I noticed it was a few of us, so it's going to be a little bit shorter, so I switched it up. And it's perfect that I'm going right after Kyle because it's very similar to what he just taught, so you guys are going to be pretty much in the same motion already. So when I started off, one of the first things that I ever learned in Jiu Jitsu was the lockdown game. So as most of you may know, like when you guys start off, once you learn the first thing, that thing is going to take you for a while. So I was a lockdown player for a long time, and I still pretty much am. I'm the most comfortable in lockdown. When we start rolling, I always start on the bottom, and I'm trying to achieve that lockdown, and then from there I'll start going. So as you start evolving or you start getting better at your game, your opponents start getting, or your teammates start getting better at fighting your game. So before people would get down your back, please. Before people would be going into my game, to kind of be going here to try to pass, and that's when I'd be getting my lockdown all the time. And then people started getting better, and they started being right here like this, right? Or maybe starting to pass like that. So my counters to those games, I had to evolve. I had to evolve my game and add it, right? Add like the second component to my game to get back to my lockdown game, or just go into a different path. So I have a lot of stuff from quarter guard series, defending that, which would be like the mini stomp, right? And I also have the opposite to that. So if you guys notice, once you're good at one thing, you're going to be good at the opposite, right? It's just like martial arts, the yin and the yang. So if you're good at passing guard, your guard's probably going to be good. Or if you haven't noticed that, then you should probably start working on your guard too, and you're going to notice what works and what doesn't work, and what people are going to be trying to do against you. You're like, oh shit, I do that shit. Or, you know, that shit works for me, or that shit works against me really well too. So, you know, you got to learn that. So my quarter guard game is pretty good when I'm in top side of quarter guard game, and then I like when people are in quarter guard, my mini stomp game is okay to get it to lockdown or something else. So people started to get here now. They started to get smarter and then be waiting here and doing that to me. So I started getting an answer to that. So I'm just going to teach two different sequences, pretty much the same thing, but from two different positions. So a lot of things in Jiu Jitsu, from what I've noticed, from what I learned, is that after a while, it's pretty much the same thing, just from different positions. And if you think that it's just everything is completely different, every move is completely different from the other, then Jiu Jitsu is going to seem a lot more complicated than it really is. So once you notice that, kind of start grouping it to kind of like very, very similarities to different things, then everything looks a lot easier. And then you'll notice that, oh, okay, I'm really good at this. Oh shit, and you kind of see the connection to something that you're struggling on, then it's gonna, you know, kind of ignite or turn on the same neurons that work for that certain move. Okay, so I started getting into a lot of trouble with people doing this, so I couldn't lock down from here. So I would be doing kind of, right, the spiral guard from here, and from here I wasn't getting a lot done, especially when they're on bottom, so I was trying to get to De La Riva, right? So I was pushing the hip, and I'm looking for this. This is like the same thing that Kyle was doing. Just getting that there, for me, was already gold. I already had that. So if you notice from here, I'm getting momentum. Look at, you gotta use that momentum. So from here, I was going boom, boom, back here, and then this leg is gonna go all the way around, and my hand, since they're on bottom, I can't grab the ankle like I was doing. I'm grabbing the hip or the thigh. And I'm ending up here. This is where I'm ending up the back. And then just basic heel hook. Nothing, I'm not gonna go too deep into how to finish heel hooks. I'm not super amazing at the leg locks, but I do get a heel hook from there all the time. If not, I bring it into the inside and I'll finish it from the inside. But that's just a different game. Just that berimbolo to the, correct me if I'm wrong, double outside ashi, right? Just from here, they're trying to pass, right? This is a good position. Sometimes you can even be grabbing the hand. If you guys also, this is kind of very similar. You could be grabbing here, or you could just grab the wrist. Finish here, bring it to the other side. So it goes, you guys are gonna get it really well. You guys are gonna be able to put in a lot of reps in because you guys pretty much already had a really good same situation drill. But as I like it because I never did that entry to the X guard. And I do this a lot. So I like that second option. You're gonna end up attacking here if you stand up. Boom. Double outside ashi. You're attacking the other leg. Common mistake people do when you're trying to learn this, since you're entangled on this leg right now, you're thinking that you're attacking the same leg. You're not. You're gonna end up attacking that other leg. And it's good because they're kind of thinking the same thing as you. They're trying to figure out what you're gonna do. So they're thinking this leg is gonna be the one. Once they notice that the other leg's the one entangled, now they gotta disengage like mentally on what leg is getting attacked to the other leg. Start figuring out how to dismantle your whole attack. So from here, that. Just watch out here. Some people are really good at start attacking heel hooks or even knee bars from here to you. And even if they do, if you keep going with that movement and rotation, you're gonna escape it. Okay, go back down. So practice both things when the person's on bottom and then when they're standing. Alternate, 1 and 1. Person that's on top, stay down, and then the next time they do it, stand up. Do it twice each, and then you guys switch. Let's get end up here, and up here. You guys got it? Any questions, doubts? Want me to do it again? One more time? So remember, guys, it's like riding a bike. If you're trying to learn how to ride a bike and you're trying to like go slowly, step by step, it's gonna be really hard to ride a bike that way. You kind of have to go for it, try it, and then poof, fail, and then get back up and just go again and try it. And that's how you fucking learn how to ride a bike quick. Just gotta go for it, no fear. If you're gonna fail, fail hard, right? Ooh, even that was kind of sloppy. Boom. Okay, let's do it on 3. Ready? 1, 2.
That's how I figure out the other flow.
Really?
This flow led to the other flow.
So I'm like, you're behind me. That's badass.
I told him, I was like, almost tough this flow.
I was like, this flow is inspired the other flow.
That's badass. That's badass.
I found this one
Okay, so you get me in, honey holes? Okay.
So now instead of keep coming, keep coming, keep coming. Instead of putting your leg across,
Which leg? Oh,
now put your knee down. Put your knee down. Triangle.
oh. Oh, okay. Damn.
Bravo.
Damn.
So anytime you got 50, anytime you got 50, here, right? We're attacking each other. Bam. Get here, and then you get up. Right?
I think you just posted a video on this, right? But it was an entry to the vaporizer.
You're the vaporizer, but
So I wanted to
you're
ask
getting
you.
me in the same spot.
Just instead, I'm gonna put my leg on this side, right?
If we go here like this, if we go here like this, and you get your knee out, right? And you do your barrel roll. Right? Now instead of
I'm just gonna put my leg here.
put your leg there. Now get your knee to the mat. Now triangle your legs. Get under my knee. Triangle your legs. Now roll. Instead of putting it across, put it right down.
And then come up on top and put on the knee.
Yeah. Well, the thing is that when you land, you gotta
Keep coming up.
put your knee down. I want you to lay low.
Okay.
Keep my leg off the mat so you can get under it.
Okay.
When your foot touches, if your knee touches,
Right.
lift the foot.
Oh,
Okay?
I got you.
See, now look, you're under it. See? Now you're there. Wow. That's actually a catch this, right? Yeah.
Yeah, keep going. Mixing that way. Yeah, keep going. What can help you is when you go inside, you grab that far side ankle to lift it. Kind of like very traditional berimbolo. So yes, and you're gonna lift him. You want him to fall on his back. Look at that. Boom, bam. Yeah, I'm ending up there, but you can end up the other way too. Anyone else need help? Yeah. Just your knee out. Yes. There you go. Look at. Now you're using this for your benefit. Going inverted that way, bringing this leg to his hips. Yeah. Keep going. You're gonna tuck this knee in, and you're gonna end up getting this leg. Yeah. Watch. Get that second leg on me. Side puts a lot easier. Yeah. Got it.
For now.
Some of you are trying to drill from here. The realistic way would be here, right? And so you're pushing the thigh, but at the same time, bring your knee in. And then you automatically go on that same leg that you're pushing, backhand, then this shit is going across his belt line. This could go across his back, and then this hand could also grab on, end up grabbing on top of that leg. If you want it to fall to his back, that way you could go under to the other leg. So go here, his hand is right here on the thigh, on the calf, and this right here on the back. And we keep rolling. Maybe it's still okay. Just be patient, man. Okay, it's not always is life beautiful, right? How do they say not life isn't just sunshine and rainbows? Rainbow and sunshine. Do it one more time. You're struggling with it a little bit. You kind of get like, I give it a couple more reps, guys. On 3. Ready? 1, 2.
Got one on the list, bro, but not exactly. I know. You know, yeah. It was just so funny because it was like, you know when you're running, you're like in that like runner's high too, because you're like passing by to miles, like, so you just like think about funny themes and like random stuff, and like see them like flapping to something. It's crazy.
Oh, stay inverted like that? Ooh. I think it's coming.
Straight up all day.
I feel like I'm trying
we weren't sure. We were going back and forth.
Yeah, across the front.
You gotta be like this right now. Just be talking like this. Outside of his arm is going to go on the inside of his bicep. When I do this, I lift my arm, I push on his bicep, and he no longer has control of my head. That's that. Now from right here, I need to start pushing, so when he starts pushing back right here towards me, my hand goes from being onto his neck to the top part of his head, and I just dunk his head down. Okay? Still having on this, they're already going for my legs, trying to pass. You have people, when they pass the guard, they have their head on one side and their body on the other side, right? That's normally how we're taught to pass the guard, right? Head and body on opposite sides. But a lot of times, you have some weird people that they have both their head and their body at the same time. Move still works. Boom. So check this out. Running over here. Boom. Right. Snap down. And I don't know how he's gonna react right here. So again, I'm controlling to give my choking arm a little bit more space. However he starts to react, I really don't care, right? Start reacting, please. I just focus on establishing my grip from right here. Again, from right here, I can shoot my hips. But another thing I like to do is the leg that's closest to him, I like to lace this leg right here. You guys see that? Now this is just to kind of prevent him from rolling over. Because sometimes they roll over, right? Roll over, and I end up losing. He goes back over his shoulder right here, and now I've lost my choke. Alright? So to prevent that, I like to leg lace. So again, collar tie, right? My outside arm goes to the inside of his bicep, right? I break the grip. I'm pushing, he starts pushing towards me right here. I snap him down, right? I'm still trying to control the arm as much as possible right here. He starts reacting, right? As he starts reacting, I start working on my grip. And I'm already locked in right here, and he shoots, right? It's all good. I just keep my hips in right here. Because when he change level, right? His head is still staying in the same spot. He's choking himself. Yeah? From right here, I can even bully him if I want. Right? But a lot of times I just like to let him react. Boom. Like close. Alright, you guys got it? 3, 2, 1.
I know, I said 30%. It's 85% martial team. That's great.
So this one's gonna come through. So get your try and get your wrist. Try and line your elbow up with your chin, right? Yeah. Because you don't want the choke to be. If you do this, the choke will. Yeah. Alright. Here. Because then when he comes in, we're gonna just bring it down.
I'm feeling, I don't know what you're doing. One feels like you're going fast. The other one feels like
This is no blade. This is blade. You can tell the difference when you get in there and you start doing this. You can tell the difference. And then when you finish it,
Oh, so you're not like you're like teaching them how to be super.
my wrist don't work like that. As long as it's here, right? I'm gonna bring my
See, I'm not even getting my arm all the way around like yeah, that's what I was
It didn't happen as fast as I thought it would. I think you're doing that.
All right.
That's interesting. Yeah, but you know what? That's interesting. Why I think that ice stuff is good. Because it forces you to like get it's almost like when I do this, I'm like not coming through deep enough with the arm. The S4 makes me come through.
Oh, okay.
So you can just rip that on and look, you've already broken it, right? Cool. So now like you push her, her reaction is going to be to push you back, and goes from the neck, there you go, now just pull. So right here, I want you to cross the body, push her, right here, this way you want to grab that arm, right, so now you're going to calm down, this one's palm up, come over, now just cross her over, and whenever you're ready. I want to address this hand right here. It's on my neck. That's right. It's up right here. See how that kind of disengages? I'll start pushing it. That's the same goes from the neck to the cross. It's not the different way. Control it ourselves. Right? So I'm going to go one right here. Sit down. said earlier, I'm big on guillotines. I like guillotines, all kinds of guillotines, right? Next one is called the handgun choke. So again, off the collar tie, right? Boom. I'm in over here, I fight for my inside grip. Now, I'm not gonna lie, this one isn't a high percentage choke. It's a very easy choke to get, but the thing I like about it is that it leads to so many other things, right? So this next one, once I have this inside grip right here, I'm pushing, he starts pushing in right here. This hand, I just snap down. This hand that's on the bicep is gonna go across the throat, and I'm gonna grab the inside of my, or I'm gonna grab my forearm. Do you guys see that? You guys see how I grab my forearm from right here? Now from right here, this hand that's on the head, I'm just stuffing his head like right on my chest. I don't want it underneath my armpit right here. I want it right here on my chest. And all I do from right here is I shoot my hips up. Right? This is cool too because like if he changes levels, right? Change levels, he makes it that much easier for me, right? So I'm in over here. I've got my collar tie, right? I fight for this inside grip. Now I'm in over here. All I do is boom, I punch across. I reach for my forearm. Look, I'm already in position, right? If he changes levels here, I just boom, shoot my hips in, and that's it. Yeah. If he doesn't, if he stays up here, it's a real quick choke. This choke is painful because it's going against the trachea, right? The trachea. And a lot of times, like, I've seen it to where, like, I'm doing this, like, in practice or even in competition, and they're You guys have any questions for me?
There? Let's tighten up. Mine over here. The same one that's cut like
That'll work. That'll work. Where's he at? It's a long one.
yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
Good shit though. You're like, no more. Now everybody's like, oh, yeah. Oh, I know. It's not their trachea.
Sometimes I ask them to like add that. He's like, talking like if I have a cold. Oh, you're sick?
No, I have that same issue. For sure. The darker your belt gets, the more injuries you have sustained. You sacrifice a little bit to get a little further.
Sometimes I'll take that hand over the head, switch it to the shoulder and push it.
That's a, what do they call that thing? Huh?
Depends how small the person's neck is.
Oh, it's called something. It's called I'll think of it. It is a variation of what you push on the shoulder, yeah.
Yeah, I just switch.
Trip trap.
Trip trap, yeah. Switch from my forearm to my wrist
Trip
and
trap.
push off the
Yeah,
shoulder.
if you can get that trip trap, you have control of the shoulder and the neck. You can extend them. But then it depends on how long their neck is. These are just variations of grips. I love that. That's what changes everything.
They're using the chest and the solar plex to keep that head tucked in.
That's the difference in the game, though, where your head placement is. If you know where to put the head, the grips will just sink it in.
Good. Let's move on. So, check this out. Like I said earlier, right, this match is also much bigger. A lot of times I come in over here, right, and then I start going for this, but then they start fighting this hand. When they start fighting this hand right here, look, I'm already chin strapping right here. I'm cupping at the chin, right? From right here, when he's fighting this, all I'm doing from right here is just pulling him back, and I want his hands to face onto the hand. Once his hands face from right here, this top hand that's on the head is going to come across, right? So when I am spinning and he tries to grab my leg, I grab my leg. Which direction is on, right? So, again, I'm over here, right? Coming in over here. I'm going for my handgun. Shochi starts defending this one. And I'm stepping back right here. You guys see that? This hand that's in the top part of his head is going to come across his tricep, right? So when he tries to grab my leg, right? Grab my leg, right? He's just kind of redirecting that arm. Yeah? So, then I'm over here. Yes, inside here. Fighting for this collar, so he starts fighting my hand, right? Straight snapping him down. Top hand goes flush. Boom, I take his back from right here. I go, I'm there, and then we'll follow up after some time passes, yeah? Alright, 3, 2, 1.
Yeah, I like it too. It's smart. It's smart.
And now you're just playing the whole I'm gonna pop his neck, and I'll pop his neck. He's gonna lose real good. It's gonna be hard for him to turn up, right? That's kind of what I want to do. Right here. You might be wanting to shoot, right? But you see this top hand, every time you change levels, you go forward, I'm just snapping down, right? Just go away from right here. He's top hand goes across right here. You're gonna start bumping my chokes again.
I like it.
We're trying to get you tired before you get rolled.
Yeah. It's up to you guys. 7 hours. I'm cool with that.
It don't matter.
I ain't driving, so I don't care.
As I said, right? Either way. Yeah, either way I'm sleeping. So.
Y'all do what you want.
Did you work out or anything like that? Put some miles on the road? Oh, today? Yeah, I was at the hotel. That's what I'm tired right now. Maybe because the weather is kind of hot too, but I think it's like this party. I woke up at like 1:30, and then from like 2 to like 4, I was just in the gym. You know, it's like an hour.
change the cardio, and then I was just lifting. You know, I was doing like you know, they have like the machine that has the biceps, triceps, and chest, and then I just did all dumbbell work. You know, so like afterwards, it felt pretty good. Good workout. You know. It's like I'm like a week and a half out. I was trying to keep back on like strictly conditioning and keep moving. You brought it once, you know, that's not what I was thinking. Like, nobody's watching, you know, you got like owning yourself, like you gotta get up and do the work.
You're your own coach.
Exactly, you know, that's the hardest time, you know, but you always feel good, thankful afterwards, you know, like you always appreciate that work.
Yeah, you do it by yourself. That's the hard part.
The food is easy because like everybody else is there grinding with you, you know. You even go to the gym, it's like when these other people working out with you, you know, so it's easier. Just get the energy. But when you're living by yourself and nobody else is in the gym, you know what I mean? That's what it's like the real mental about like I'm doing it right now. Nobody even knows, or like, you know, that's the that's a light also, you know.
That makes it stronger.
Alright guys, we're going to take a few minutes and we're going to have our life CBD rep, you know, owner rep talk about CBD for a little while, okay? Do you have any questions?
Yeah, so my name is Sean Murma. I'm the CEO and one of the owners of RX CBD. One of the reasons why we created the product, I had an ACL surgery myself. I had a cadaver put in, and I was 40 years old. Recovering from that was kind of scary. And what was even crazy for me, when I went, my doctors told me to take a Vicodin because the recovery for those surgeries is pretty tough. Said the easiest way to get through recovery is go ahead and take a Vicodin right before your recovery, and you'll push right through. Me personally, I mean, I have three kids at home. I don't want to be a zombie, so I had some issues with some of the products on the line. It just, I mean, that I was running into, it just didn't have enough CBD in it for somebody like myself who really had really bad inflammation coming back from surgery. So when we started looking at creating the product, that was the first thing. Finding something that was going to be potent enough to actually have enough CBD in it. What we find a lot with a lot of stuff on the market, you see like a 2-ounce jar, and a 2-ounce jar on average has anywhere from 125 milligrams to maybe 500, right? On our 2-ounce jar, we have 1,500 milligrams. The reason being is because once again, a lot of the stuff on the market is meant, they want to try to get the most bang for their buck, and a lot of people aren't educated. So when a lot of the menthol smelling stuff, and the menthol, we all know that icy hot works, gets blood flowing, gets circulation, and so when people feel that, you know, that menthol feeling, that tingly feeling, they associate that with the CBD. When in actuality, that comes on right away. So we have two different products. We have a menthol product, which you will feel that icy hot feeling. That initial feeling will come in about 30 seconds. You'll start feeling that. But the true actual help in the anti-inflammation and reduce of the pain, it takes about 15 minutes on a topical for it to actually kick in. So a lot of times people will tell me, oh, I feel it right away, and that's you're feeling the essential oils and the menthol. So that was the main thing, is to get something that actually would help somebody with, you know, at 40 years old to be able to recover. I got back into training within 5 months and was able to do my first competition in 9 months. You know, I'm only a blue belt, so I'm not a high belt, but the bottom line, I was able to recover, and if I can recover, I mean, you know, your guys for ourselves who are younger or older, it's very helpful. Aside from that, one of the other benefits is being able to help. We have a little boy we sponsor. His name is Baby Josh. We ran into him I met him at about 2 years old. He just turned 5. In California, he had a year and a half. He had a medicinal card for cannabis, for CBD, or for cannabis-based CBD. We had been working with him a little bit. We started having a son, and his son had a mild seizure. But what he noticed is he's still trying to figure out the doses. But the main thing is he noticed that the seizure wasn't as bad of a seizure. It was a lot more calm. You know, usually it's a little more violent of a seizure. So the recovery was a little bit better. So to me, that's really what's really about, is being able to help people, helping myself. My children use it. I have 3 boys, all of them roll. They use it for many different things. Our citrus ointment's really good for dry skin, eczema. It works really good for any types of rashes. Also sunburn. We were in Hawaii last year. My kids got sunburn, put it on their back. It relieves the pain and helps out a lot. So there's many different things. My grandmother, you guys can look on our Instagram. My grandmother's 86 years old. She has really bad, she's on oxygen, has really bad circulation. So I use the menthol ointment on her feet and rub her feet. Her feet are like purple because she has really bad circulation. Instantaneously, right when I start rubbing on her feet turn white. So she had circulation right away. Once again, I'm not a doctor at all. I can't tell you exactly how it happens. All I know is that all I can do is test the things I've seen. So for me, that's what's important, being able to provide good products. All our products are lab tested. We get all our isolate from Colorado, from one farm in Pueblo, Colorado. It's called Shea Farms. That's very important, especially in California. There's a lot of distributors selling CBD right now. You can go buy it anywhere. The thing is, where is that CBD from? What's in that CBD? The fact that our CBD is from one farm in Pueblo, Colorado, I know that source. And in Colorado, everything is tracked seed to sale. So from beginning to end, everything is tracked, and there's accountability for everything, which is important to us. When we receive that isolate, last batch we received it, we get certs where they've tested it, and then we test it ourselves. Our last batch came in at 99.64% CBD, which is pretty pure. And then the second thing is as long as you're using pure and good as long as you're using good CBD and good product, the next thing is, are you putting, we're claiming we have high potency, are we putting that potency in there? On our 2 ounce jars, we claim to have 1,500 milligrams. Last time we got it tested, it was 1,845. The reason why is because, once again, we personally make it, and I reformulated all these formulations. So I'd rather put a little bit more in there than try to skip on it, because I want to be able to help the next guy just like I would want myself. So it's just a little bit different. The only thing we did kind of hold back on is we're trying to hit the numbers on is our CBD oil. The reason being is because we do have kids like baby Josh, and we have one of the things about our CBD oil, when you guys take it, you'll see it. We have graduations on the dropper. That's very important. So when you are taking it, you can figure out what works for you and kind of maintain it, and maintain the same amount, and take that same amount every time. The other thing with CBD too is you can, especially when you're taking the tincture, you can build up a tolerance. So if you're taking a lot and you don't need to, you'll build up a tolerance, and that's great for me because you're going to keep on coming back, but not great for you. So you can always also take like a week break off, and kind of let your tolerance reset so you can get back to taking a little bit less of the product. It's very more beneficial for you, not taking as much if you could take off a week, So that's. Is there any questions at all about CBD? Do you guys all? Does anybody have any questions about the difference between like a cannabis-based CBD and a hemp-based CBD? You guys all know the differences between those? No. I always like to describe it as like two apples, right? You have a green and a red apple. They're both apples, but they both have different flavors and they both have different nutrients, right? So if you look at cannabis and hemp, it's the exact same plant. Some people think that the hemp plant is a male plant, or no, there's male and female. It's hemp. It's all that matters is when that plant is tested, it has less than 1/3 of 1% of THC. It's considered industrial hemp. So when you go to the store, you go to Costco, and you can buy hemp hearts, you can buy hemp protein. That's made from the exact same stuff that we're getting our CBD from industrial hemp. So that is the difference. So the first question that you have to ask somebody, if you're asked about CBD, is where is that CBD derived from? Is it derived from cannabis or is it derived from hemp? If it's derived from hemp, it will be less than 1/3 of 1% THC, which means you can go anywhere in the country with it. Like I said, with us, we choose to use only the isolate at this point because we deal with a lot of people who have normal jobs, and we deal with a lot of athletes. So a lot of the guys in my gym are first responders, police officers, or whatever. Last thing I want to do is give them some of my product that they need, and then they end up losing their job. So we choose to use the isolate. Reason being is if you use what's called a full spectrum product, which is that has that 1/3 of 1% of THC in it, which is a hemp-based product, and you're taking a tincture, it tends to attach itself to our fat cells. So if we're taking it twice a day throughout the month, there's a potential chance at the end of the month, if you got a test, you could test dirty for THC. So that's why we choose not to use the full spectrum. We choose to use the isolate to ensure that nobody would test dirty, whether it be an athlete or you don't have to worry about risk losing your job. So, any questions at all? We have a few different products we formulated. We formulated the CBD oils. We have 2 different strengths of the CBD oils and 3 different sizes. Per milliliter, the regular strength is 25 milligrams of CBD, and the double strength is 50 milligrams of CBD. We also have two main menthol pain cream and a CBD ointment. One of them is a citrus smell, the other one's menthol, and they both have 1,500 milligrams in a 2 ounce jar. We have 3 different sizes of those. Those are awesome for the topical pain when you're done rolling. Throw on the, if you're not opposed to menthol, the menthol is awesome. If you don't like menthol, the citrus will work also. Also, all you guys today, whoever would like to try anything, we can, I'll give you guys all samples of our tinctures and of either of our ointments. You can try those out, see if you like them, and try to go from there. If you guys need anything in the future, you can hit up John. We can work it out to where, we can get you whatever you need. I'd rather do it through John at the gym, to kind of keep everybody doing good with it. But any questions about it, man, feel free to ask. We also have massage oils, so those are doing really well. We deal with a couple of different recovery places, one being Massage Matters in California, and it's working really good for their recovery. They do cupping, they do massages, and they're utilizing the products. They're in the massage oils in the massage, and there's a product out there right now, kind of like an icy hot, but it's called cryoderm. It's like a kind of icy hot, but on steroids. Instead of using that, they're using our menthol ointment as an upcharge. So it's pretty awesome how they're able to integrate the menthol ointment and the CBD massage oils. The last thing that they're doing, which is really cool, prior to massage, they're allowing people to take a tincture shot. So that is a full trifecta. So you're getting the internal tincture shot. You're utilizing the ointments for the deep tissue areas, and they're also doing the CBD massage oil. So it's, when you're done with one of those massages, man, the rest of the day is just pretty relaxed, to say the least. But yeah, please try all the products. Like I said, if you guys have any questions, feel free to ask me. We also infuse coconut oil. That's the last thing we did. We just did that. Reason being, a lot of people are using coconut oil for everything. So however you use your coconut oil, you can use it. One of the best ways I found to use it, my kids got a sore throat a couple months back. Green tea, teaspoonful of the coconut oil with CBD coconut oil, a little bit of honey, and that solved the problem. Because the coconut oil itself coats the throat. CBD is anti-inflammatory and antimicrobial, antibacterial, so it's really good. Gets rid of all the inflammation. Couple things of tea. I also use it pretty consistently in my smoothies. So I pop some in my smoothies, trying to get some of those extra those good fats, even though I have enough. So any other questions, you guys let me know. But definitely, please come by. Oh, we also have shirts. We have cover. Getting some of the gears.
Yeah, let's get a group picture and then we can roll if you guys want to roll.
Woo!
Good.